especially like it, you can subscribe. Thank you. So, I will be coloring it in, but let's start with the outlining. This will be a fantasy world, so it will have some small islands, a big island, and a mainland. So, yeah, let's start. The paper feels very nice, and I hope it's big enough. I took some gel pens from my wife to color it in, so I hope she doesn't mind. Let's start with a small island in the top corner here. Okay. With some and okay. It will go a bit like this. And here live the sea dwellers. Like this. The capitals will come later. Then there are some small island chains. Some islands there are people, small populations, and other islands there's nothing, only rocks or trees. While drawing, I will see what the names are of the people, the races, and maybe even religions or population counts. Let's make the big land where most of the wars and politics and trade happens. Make it go like this. We will cut it in half. Approximately like this. This goes here, so that there's a big river that divides the land. And maybe there's something going big like this, like sort of a big lake or something. The rest of the land. Goes something like this. Let's make a smaller island over here. Like this. Some brother islands. Okay, this looks pretty nice. Let's see how I will divide this. I will put some borders in for the different type of kingdoms. kingdom. Another one. So here there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 kingdoms. And in the north we will put one kingdom. We'll put a smaller kingdom here. And this here will be wastelands where the evil comes from and the attacks come from, in which this kingdom is on the frontier together with this, and the rest of the kingdoms will have to join forces to either help them, or if they are already fallen, to join forces to protect the southern part of the lands. These islands are a bit safer, but who knows, maybe they are evil too, or they are good. But let's be honest, in these types of fantasy scenarios, there's almost no good nor evil. Everyone fights for themselves. Let's see. Let's start with this one. Let's put the capital over here. I'm happy with this. The capital is Pola. On this island there are, let me write it down, 50,000 inhabitants. I'll take a black pencil. Pola, with 50,000 inhabitants. These are the sea people. They are good because the distance between the mainland and the sea people is so big, there isn't a lot of contact between them. They have more contact with the other islands. What they do have, and in which they are very strong, is trade. They are the best when it comes to shipbuilding, warships, but also trade ships. They trade for the most part with these kingdoms here and these islands here. The rest of the trade goes through these islands to these kingdoms. I will come back on it later, but these islands here, the three over here are not populated, but these here, and this, these are pirate islands. And yeah, other kingdoms and islands don't really like them, because I don't like the way it looks over here. Let's just remove the population number and just remember what the population number is. 50,000. Over such a big island. Let's say places, and these parts to the north are not inhabited. Then we go to the bottom over here. This is one town, and this is one town over here. These three islands don't have inhabitants nor towns. But the main pirate island has 25,000 inhabitants, and the capital here is Zagroza. The most pirating happens in these kingdoms over here, or they go through this channel to attack this kingdom. There is not a kingdom in this world that likes them, but let's be honest, no one ever likes pirates except for pirates themselves. And that's also a reason why this kingdom here gets its trade from these other kingdoms or this one, because to send out ships here is very dangerous. These kingdoms over here are lucky that they can have a direct trade with Pola or this island, but they are unlucky that evil lurks bordering them. These islands all have inhabitants and towns. There are a lot of rocks and woods here, so there aren't a lot of inhabitants. With these four islands combined, there are maybe 5,000 inhabitants. On the big island over here, there are three main towns, but the capital lies here in the north and is called Kalongi. These are sea people also. They are traders, but not warriors. The Pola people, the sea people over here, they are also warriors, have strong warships, and they are traders. It's practically impossible to take the island over of how strong they are. The Kalongi people are also peaceful, but they aren't warriors, not in the slightest. They also get their protection from the pirates, from some of these kingdoms and the sea people. The sea people, of which the capital is Pola, the island itself is called Grandri. So, capital located over here. And the capital is called Snell. There are towns, but this here is mostly a desert. Desert goes through here, and here there are only small parts which are green, which are helped by rivers that flow through. You could see it as small islands because the rivers will go through the whole land. This over here is the Winter Rocks, the kingdom of Winter Rocks. This kingdom over here is one of the, if not the strongest kingdom, with the strongest and most fierce warriors. They are not rich. They don't have a lot of food or a big economy, mainly because it's very cold over here. Most of the time of the year, everything is frozen. But because of the fact that everything is frozen, this makes them a strong people. There are towns scattered all across the coast, but also inland. And the capital is over here. And the capital name is Icelands. Over here in Shelian, there are approximately 75,000 inhabitants. Winter Rocks is approximately 750,000 inhabitants. They're all scattered, but well connected with roads, even though it's so cold. Let's see. We'll go down. Okay, I'll do it like this. We'll trace it to make it permanent. Let's go to the opposite temperature, where at the Winter Rocks it's very and extremely cold during the year. Here in Singla, it's very hot and it's mostly a desert. There are no towns in the north, nor are there any towns in the east. Almost the whole population is on the west side. There are, of course, people scattered around the lands, but these are small tribes that always have to use the villages and cities to survive. And the capital of Singla is Sandstorm. And even though like 75% of the kingdom are Sands, the population is very big. And it's approximately 650,000. Good horse warriors come from Singla. Not the strongest, but the fastest warriors. The next kingdom is the smallest kingdom on the map. Because the capital here is Zagrosa, but these are the pirate islands. So, let's say pirate islands. These are polems, but the kingdom's name is Polima. The kingdom is called Himal, and these people are called Himalayans. And the capital is over here. And it's called Astor. It's a small but pretty rich kingdom, and it has 350,000 inhabitants. Because it's so small, they can develop it a lot. There are big centers of trade here and banks. The other kingdom, which is almost landlocked, is the Kivoya. The Kivoya kingdom, with its capital in the center, called Slango. There are towns over here. They trade a lot with Sandstorm, but in the past there have been a lot of wars between them. In which the Himals secretly financed the Singla kingdom to attack Kivoya, but also when the Singla kingdom almost won, they financed the Kivoya kingdom. So, with the fear that the Himal kingdom doesn't get attacked, they divided and caused wars between them. Basic politics. There's some towns over here. Now, for the biggest kingdom, the Kivoya kingdom has approximately 750,000 inhabitants. For the biggest kingdom, have the Aradians. Aradian kingdom. Its capital, Polemar. They are the strongest and the richest kingdom in the whole map. In this world, they rule with an iron fist, but they are not aggressive towards their neighbors. And the biggest reason for it is because they are surrounded by everyone. And the whole continent, with the whole islands and mainland, is called Erosina. The Aradian kingdom has the biggest population, is the richest, has the best trade. It's basically the United States, but surrounded by everyone else. There's no reason for them to conquer because they have their own problems when it comes to internal politics. All the people, finance, spies, and everything else. Do not let Aradian kingdom become too strong, even though they are the strongest. They are on good terms with the Winter Rocks, and the Winter Rocks had a lot of volunteers or armies which helped them with rebels and everything. The Aradians have a population of approximately 1.7 million. It's very hard to control everything. It is connected by roads, but because of how big it is, they have to rule from within and not attack on the outside. So, for this island, almost every invention, technological invention, be it military or when it comes to medicine, it was invented on this part. It's called Bolestra. The Bistrian kingdom. Its capital is located over here, and it's called Polnik. It has other islands, other towns. It's very rich, but these people have almost never been to war. Militarily, they are not strong. And they also, like the Polims, get protection from the Aradian kingdom or the Grandri when the pirate islands attack. Also, of course, every kingdom has its own criminals and problems, so most of the kingdoms also have their they have more more problems within the kingdom than coming from outside. For the last kingdom, before we name the enemies, the main enemy and protagonist on this island, let's do this. Like this. This place is technically not really a kingdom, but more a republic called Triple Peak. Short, dry, peak, republic, and Polims. It's also not a kingdom, but it's more of a confederation of multiple clans and families. The Tri-Peak Republic is because there are 3 peaks on the island. There's its capital over here. And the capital is called Wononga. The Himals have the banks, but the Tri-Peak Republic has the biggest economy. They trade, but they also lend a lot of money to all the kingdoms, whereas the Himals are provocateurs and cause wars and finance them based on on debt. So they finance lands to go to war, kingdoms, finance them and then expect it back with more than they lended. Whereas in the Tri-Peak Republic, the people are born merchants. And in the world of Erosina, there's one big enemy. These are not zombies and not undead, more like fire breathers. They're not zombies because the fire breathers are smart but evil. They are demonic, and they're called the Devomirs. They come every 1200 years to attack the lands. This has happened 4 times, and every time they manage to stop them. Let's see if this will be the case in which the Devomirs win. They don't have a capital, but these lands, you will see later, are locked by hills. And once every 1200 years, there's a path that opens up. 3 paths. Over here, and over here. The Schnelvians have been, unfortunately, nuked to the ground all 3 times. The Winter Rocks have survived, but there's a reason why the populations are so low on almost all of the islands, and that is because of the attacks of the Devomirs. Now, let's make some roads from town to town. From Pola is mostly by water, but of course there are roads leading to other towns. Goes like this. The pirate islands are scattered. The capital capital is Zagros, but other towns are unknown because, except for the pirates, no one knows the exact locations of everything. I forgot to put the other towns of the Tri-Peak Republic. These towns are here. Let's see, this is connected with these, and these roads come here. Like this. There, of course, these things that I put down here are towns. There are also villages, but it would be too much to also put them on the map. And everything, every type of transport happens through boats or horse. These are old kingdoms. The technology isn't as advanced as in our time. These ones are connected by road. These not, because there's a river crossing them. The winter rocks. Okay, so the roads go like these. These are old roads, thousands of years for the Aradians. This town has a road going here. This here. These here are on good terms now, but because of the past that they had, there are no roads connecting them. Of course, there is trade, but it's a secret trade. They have stopped trade. They have embargoed each other. And every trade that happens is illegal, but it does happen. There's also a saying, all roads lead to Polemar, the capital of the Aradian kingdom. These are the roads connecting each other. Let's give this big lake a name. This is the Peso Lake. Peso Lake. And Peso in the Himal language means fire. So it's basically the fire lake. Ocean. It's called Eros. Ocean. Let's see what's next. Let's put in the mountains. These here are all huge mountains that separate the kingdom from the Devomirs. The Devomirs have their own economy. No one knows how many there are, but they are very strong, and at least in a couple of millions. Once every 1200 years, there are gates that open, and it's more a shift of lands. It's extremely hot. The mountains keep the hot temperature over here. No human could possibly live here. And the mountains are so high that here is extremely hot and here is extremely cold. The winter rocks also have mountains within the kingdom. The country people have mountains on the island, on the north side, which is not inhabitable. Same goes for the Pirate Islands. The Tri-Peak Republic is 3 huge mountains on which the name is based. The Aradian kingdom is mostly flat. That's why they're also lucky that they are so strong and big, because they are very easily invadable. Because the winter rocks are so cold, they'll make the mountains blue. Let's see. For the rest, there are woods over here. This here is all sand. So it's a small sliver of land. The rest is all sand over here. also has sand, but these are small patches of sand. There's one road coming over here to water. Let's put trees over here. We'll have to put more trees, of course. On the south side of the Aradian kingdom, everything is wooded. There's a bit of wood here. And every land, of course, has its trees, but these are like the biggest forests. So yeah, this is my fantasy map. I noticed that everything wasn't as clear. I fixed the cam near the end, but I hope that you like what I've drawn. And I hope you can do something